Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to feature the Pokemon who got most of the spotlight when the season 9 announcements were made, and that Pokemon was Cofagrigus because it has access to the decent charge moves, but all it wanted was a good fast move which it did not have previously. I think it had Zen, Headbutt and Astonish, but with the season 9 update it got Shadow Claw, and that definitely helped Cofagrigus to get to those charge moves pretty quickly, and it's decent bulky as well. So it's a good Pokemon in my opinion, but with all the dark type meta running around in the in the Great League especially, I'm not sure how feasible will it be to run that because it simply gets walled by the dark Pokemons, and especially Umbreon. I think Umbreon can simply farm it down from full health, if not like by with throwing one charge move and undercharging it definitely can. So these battles have been submitted to us by a member of the community, and his name is Shagun. So thanks Shagun for submitting these battles, and he is a legend trainer from season 8, so he will be rocking that Corina pose and outfit. So many congratulations, and yeah, before we start with the battles, if you are new to the channel and if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to join the Battleset Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below. So without further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So he's in a Greninja matchup, and this matchup really favors Azumarill, and Shagun's Azumarill is very high rank XL, so it's going to be super bulky as well. So I think Azumarill can farm a bit of extra energy, but he decides to throw earlier on. Maybe he could have farmed extra, but probably he wanted to keep a lot health on Azumarill rather than the energy advantage. So in comes Alola Ninetales, and Azumarill is going for a play rough. So Alola Ninetales will shield, and he swaps into Cofagrigus, and I was on stream when he was playing these battles. So I think since it was a Cofagrigus feature, he wanted to swap, but Azumarill could have comfortably gotten to another charge move there. So Vigoroth really need to land a bulldoze if it want to do some damage, because otherwise really there is no point. Also, if you see, he's running a psychic on the Cofagrigus and not the Dark Pulse, but Dark Pulse would be slightly energy efficient because psychic takes similar energy as compared to Shadow Ball, whereas Dark Pulse is on the lower side. So Vigoroth will just continues to go using bulldoze, and let's see. I think the game is pretty much wrapped up here, but Sableye will not really appreciate that Alola Ninetales in the back. So we will really have to see how this matchup goes along, and but yeah, overall I think the game is pretty much wrapped up at this point of time because there is nothing the opponent can do. So yeah, I think he's going for a 2 shield flex basically, or not, he opts to go for a shield. But yeah, I think one return will be able to knock them out, especially with coming in from XL Sableye. So yeah, the game is pretty much done deal at this point of time. The Alola Ninetales will just go down with one charm. So yeah, good game. Moving on to the next match, let's see what do we get. And we are in an Ninetales lead, and that account to Ninetales. So again, picking up a very positive lead. So in comes Drapion, and it's an Ice Fang Drapion as well. So yeah, the matchup again, Azumarill has picked up a favorable matchup. So let's see how the opponent would like to play it out. It's too early to be a Sludge Bomb, to be honest. And they go for a Crunch. Maybe they were going for a defense debuff, but like not really sure what the opponent is trying to do here, but I think at some point he or he cannot swap into Cofagrigus as well, so he swaps into Sableye. Maybe he would look to farm it down, but Crunch will do some decent amount of damage, and the opponent goes for Crunch, and Sableye will continue to farm it down, and he is up a shield and has a lot of energy on Sableye, but the opponent comes in with Umbreon, so it's a double dark team. So I don't think Cofagrigus has any play at this point of time, and yeah, did the opponent quit or did he lag? I think the opponent just quit the game. So yeah, we will just have to. Yeah, I think I should have probably cut this part out, but But yeah, we will have to stare into Sableye's eyes for some more time, and Sableye is going to farm this thing down. So meanwhile, Sableye is throwing all the energy. So I would like to make some announcement that I have been trying to. I'm learning to how to stream, so probably soon I'll be starting streaming onto the channel. So let's see how soon I am able to do that, because I am tied up with the work as well. So yeah, it's been really difficult, but this is something that I was planning for a long time, and I definitely will start streaming at some point of time. So if you want to see some of the players battling, or some of the Indian players battling, you can join the PvP HQ Discord server. I'll link the description to the channel down below, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, that matchup got over now finally, so I can come back to commentary. So yeah, this is an Azumarill matchup. So this matchup favors Azu typically, but if Sableye manages to land one return, Sableye can really go for double foul play, and I think this is exactly what Shogun is trying to do here. So this foul play will bring Azumarill very low and potentially in the farm down range for Shadow Claws. So Azumarill will invest a shield, but Sableye will throw this foul play, and this foul play will be able to knock out the Azumarill. So I think whenever you are in Sableye v Azumarill matchup, if you land the return, definitely you could go for a switch, and otherwise if not, then it's better to take the shield advantage and go home. So in comes the Shadow Victreebel, and they bail after throwing a Leaf Tornado. Fortunately, that didn't do any defense debuff, and he goes for Psychic, and definitely Shadow Ball was the way to go, because Shadow Ball gets the stab, and Shadow Ball in general is a pretty good move. So Charizard really cannot do anything. What they did, I think they undercharged the Blast Burn. Blast Burn definitely should have done more than that. So they go for a Dragon Claw again, which is resisted. So definitely, yeah, this is a typical behavior of a rank 1 battle. So the Charizard goes down, and the Victreebel I think will just get Hydro Pumped, unfortunately. So yeah, rip Victreebel, and yeah, good games. So moving on to the next one, and let's see. So we are on Dewgong matchup, and this matchup is really very irritating because Dewgong is taking resisted damage from those bubbles. I'm sorry. It takes double resisted from Ice Beam though, but since they are running Play Rough, it's going to do some neutral damage. But Dewgong can just simply start lowering their attack with those Icy Winds, and Dewgong is a very bulky Pokemon as well. And now he makes a swap to Sableye, probably trying to draw out their best Ghost type counter, because if you see that they are running a double ghost team. So Dewgong I think will bail after throwing, yes, they bail after throwing one Icy Wind. So Sableye will go for foul play now, and the opponents will not shield this probably, because yeah, it has already been debuffed. So not expecting them to shield here, to be honest, or they go for a shield. So maybe he wants to throw this foul play and not let go of all this energy go to waste. So Sableye will throw a foul play and will grab the shield, but opponent Sableye can now simply farm down, or not farm down. He is able to get to this foul play, which is huge, because he will be putting the opponent Sableye very low, or grab the last shield. So that's also good. And opponent Sableye definitely will look to go for a return and land that. So they go for a return which does massive amount of damage, and now Dewgong will simply come in, and I think he again or he does not, the opponent I think overfarms there, because definitely they could have gotten to an Icy Wind before. So yeah, the opponent is overfarming in my opinion, or maybe I wasn't really counting, but this puts Dewgong in the farm down range for Cofagrigus. So Cofagrigus will, yeah, I think the opponent, yes, definitely did overfarm. So Icy Wind will debuff their Cofagrigus, and but will go down. Cofagrigus has a lot of energy, and unless they have Scrafty or an Umbreon in the back, I think Cofagrigus will be able to handle whatever the last Pokemon is. So in comes Tropius, and I think Cofagrigus should be able to survive one Leaf Blade. If it was Razor Leaf, I think that would have been very difficult for him to come back from. But yeah, Leaf Blade comes in, and now he needs to watch out for a Saxop though. So he farms extra energy and tries to catch a Leaf Blade, which he I don't think that he definitely caught that. Maybe opponent got nervous or something like that. But definitely Cofagrigus now will be. Or yeah. The opponent really made a smart play of swapping into their Sableye. So yeah, really well played from both sides. And yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up a Swampert lead, and this is something that I noticed about Exalazu, that it can survive one Sludge Wave and a Hydro Cannon, so definitely you should not definitely need to shield the first one, but they go for a Muddy Water, which is quite strange to me. I am not particularly aware of how many moves it take to get to a Muddy Water. So now they go for a Sludge Wave, surprisingly. So they could have gone for and in comes Togekiss. So Togekiss is basically going to delete that Sableye, but Togekiss will be taking resisted damage from those foul plays, but still does decent chunk of Togekiss health. It's not that bulky in the Great League, and definitely you can find some better Charmers out there. Like I think even. What's his name? That ice cream charmer. That is decent bulky Pokemon in the Great League. So yeah, Cofagrigus will farm this thing all the way down. And again, if you don't see a ghost dark type, I think it has a really favorable matchup. So in comes. Swampert, and Swampert, it was out of energy, so Azumarill, and I think he managed to catch Muddy Water there. So yeah, catching a Muddy Water again onto Azu. So this is good, and Azumarill will be able to completely farm down the Swampert. And in comes Galarian Stunfisk, and will they shield this Hydro Pump? If they're not, the game is pretty much wrapped up. So yeah, this Galarian Stunfisk pretty much got washed with that Hydro Pump, and Azumarill, yeah. Azumarill is super strong in the Great League. I mean, Niantic has tried a lot of ways to debuff it, but both Gfisk and Azumarill are still very strong, and yeah, not really sure. And I think Excels made Azumarill more stronger. So